Okay, we have game two here, and there is not a lot going on this board, really. There's Ambassador, I noticed that at first, but I mean, this board, the Ambassador doesn't really bother you that much. It's Jack, you could get rid of estates that way. I did consider it because there's ill-gotten gains, and you could probably pitch back curses that way, but I mean, there's Jack and Wharf, these are strong money strategies and can keep up with Ambassador. Jack could trash your curses as well. Speaking of trash increases, there's trade on the board, so that's also good. I mean, I don't really think the IGG or the ambassador is going to do a lot for you. And meanwhile, considering all this, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe Jack ambassador, because I was assuming I had a 4-3, right? But I don't have a 4-3, I have a 2-5, so that's brilliant. I would have preferred to get a Jack here, but I don't think I'll be able to. Or rather, I will be able to, I just don't want to on 5, right? I think it's better to pick up the Wharf and go for some kind of Wharf big money strategy. Wharf big money is resilient, very resilient, very, very resilient. And with trade on the board, I feel will be okay. Buying this embargo, I don't know how I feel about it still. It might be wrong, but I purchased it anyway. It's a silver, one-shot silver. So I could probably get somewhere with that, maybe. Anyway, so my opponent has the 4-3 and opens with a silver, not an ambassador, so I'm happy to see that. Don't have to deal with ambassador. And a jack, so jack silver, no ambassador, good. Good for me here. I could get a gold on 6, but I go for the second wharf because I'm hoping to keep my wharf cycling from very early. So here I have these 5 cards, I get 2 more, maybe that could have been a wharf. If not, oh well, there's the embargo. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So now I have a choice of what to embargo, and I put it on the IGG. Reason being, my opponent can deal with the curses better than I can deal with the curses. So if we do end up in a game state where we end up buying IGGs just to try to get a points advantage, I think my opponent will come out on top in that regard. So I put it on the IGGs to disincentivize purchasing those and trade here a couple of states for a couple silvers. That's excellent. Wharf big money wants those estates out of the deck big time. So jack play for my opponent here. Just coming up with 4 this time. They have a wharf, so that's good for them. And 4 is going to be a silver. So we both angling for money strategies. He seems to be going jack into wharf. I just have wharves because I was fortunate maybe to get 5 on my first shuffle. So that's good. I think that's good. I think I prefer just wharf than jack into wharf. Here trade has to be better than just buying a silver. So I pick up the trade here. I could have gone for something like silver and embargo, but nah, I don't want the embargoes at this point. I just want yellow. Put yellow in my deck. Right? Here my opponent trades, I believe, a couple coppers away. So this trade thing was kind of questionable in my mind. Not questionable, I just didn't know how much to trade. Like, hey, I could trade, right? But instead I opt for a gold and another wharf because I saw my opponent Quist here play a game incredibly well with trade. You should go look for it. It was sometime in the last season somewhere. But he played with trade and he trashed everything from his deck using trade only, and it was a very powerful money strategy. So I wasn't sure if that was the way to go here to keep trading away your coppers or what. But I decided to just stop at the estates. And here, I mean, 11 is sort of an uncomfortable amount. In retrospect, I could have gone for something like gold and venture and then started to buy provinces, but I mean, I didn't want another wharf. I had 3 wharves already, and I think that's more than enough. So I just pick up a province here and a silver to go with it. So I am starting to green. I would have liked to put another gold in my deck, but I didn't want to put gold on wharf. I feel like that would be too many wharves. But I could have gone gold and venture. I mean, venture is good-ish, right? It is at least a silver, so that's not bad. And maybe here I could have started pressing for provinces, but as is, we go in for the provinces right away, hoping to press the initial lead into a more long-term and substantial one. So my opponent spends quite a bit of time here thinking maybe about a trade play, because they've made trade plays before the last season, but instead goes for a wharf and a silver, I believe. 6 here, I pick up the second gold that I want, so now I feel a lot more comfortable. I don't know why 1 gold makes me feel so much more comfortable, but it did for some reason. And yeah, we will just throttle for points now. Inheritance, there's nothing on this board. There's really no reason to buy inheritance except for style. For you know, just saying, oh, I have $7 to spare, let me buy inheritance. Anyways, so my opponent starts on the provinces now. Again, I consider trade here, but I can't like trade and buy a province. I don't want to not stop buying provinces at this point. I've already started, you know. So province number 2 and a silver alongside it. 8 for my opponent, that's a good hand. Exactly 8 just to come up with a province. So now the couple of states might be influential that they have in their deck, might be influential. And seeing these two wharves off this wharf is ugly, but I'm still able to pick up a duchy, but it means my deck, the rest of this shuffle is ruined. My opponent plays Wharf and buys absolutely nothing, so I have no idea what happened there. Maybe they drew all their terminals and all their green cards at once. I have no idea. But I'm able to get to province. I have to take it here because I'm not going to get an opportunity for the next 5 cards and maybe for the next 10 cards. So I have to go for that province. On 10 here, my opponent goes for the province. Some consideration to the estate at this point. But opting not to pick up the estate, I think that's the right thing to do. And here I have to take this. There's just, if my opponent comes up with province duchy, fine. But outside of that, I win, which... So here the estate might have been influential if you had enough money for province there, but as is just a couple duchies each. I believe I started this game, so I'm not sure. Anyways, but the estate could have been influential. So an estate for my opponent, very happy to see that I'm able to luckily come up with a duchy even after these wharves collide yet again, and I have money for the last provinces, so I feel very safe with the points advantage. Doubt he could get enough points and enough buys to do what he wants to do, and only comes up with duchy and estate, and that is game 2. So just Wharf big money for you here, not too much subtlety about it, just have to, you know, it's strong, it's resilient, it's powerful. Wharf and money. Okay, see you in the next game.